Have you ever felt a strange tension in the air during a full moon? Perhaps your sleep was restless, your thoughts more intense, your emotions stirred from the depths? What if this wasn't merely superstition or folklore, but the subtle ripple of cosmic influence touching your very energy field? In ancient times, mystics did not consider the moon simply a celestial body. They saw it as a mirror of the soul, a magnet for unconscious energies, and a lens through which invisible forces could reach into the human psyche. Across cultures, Babylonian astrologers, Egyptian priests, tantric yogis, and hermetic adepts, the full moon was marked not just as a moment of light, but as a portal of power, a gateway where energies were heightened, veils were thin, and both healing and harm could be accelerated depending on your spiritual awareness. Why does the moon affect the tides? And yet we doubt it can stir the waters of our inner world. In this video, we'll explore the esoteric significance of the full moon, the subtle mechanics of how lunar light interacts with your aura, and why your thoughts, dreams, and emotional body become more potent during this sacred phase. You'll also learn why ancient schools taught specific practices only under the full moon, and how you can use this time to enhance your spiritual work, rather than fall prey to unconscious turmoil. Let us begin where the mystics always did, not with the moon in the sky, but with the moon within. The moon as mirror, magnet, and mystery. To truly understand why the full moon affects your energy field, we must journey far beyond astronomy and into the inner sanctums of ancient wisdom traditions. In nearly every mystical lineage, the moon was not just a rock orbiting the earth. It was a living archetype, a dynamic force influencing not only the oceans and the crops, but also the psyche, the spirit, and the soul. In Hermeticism, the moon was linked to the sphere of Yesod on the tree of life, symbolizing the subconscious, dreams, sexual energy, and the bridge between the material and spiritual worlds. Yesod, ruled by the moon, was seen as the gateway of manifestation, where thoughts became form and desires descended into matter. In ancient Egypt, Thoth, the god of wisdom, writing, and magic, was associated with the moon. His connection to lunar cycles represented the regulation of time, intuition, and the hidden dimensions of consciousness. The priests of Heliopolis would time their initiations with the lunar phases, believing the moon could either veil or reveal divine truths, depending on its fullness. In tantric and yogic teachings, the moon, or Chandra, governs the Ida Nadi, the feminine, introspective channel of energy in the subtle body. Full moons were considered times when this energy was amplified, making it ideal for certain kriyas, meditations, and dream practices, but also dangerous if emotions were not balanced. Even medieval grimoires and Renaissance alchemists emphasized the moon's influence on both the body and spirit. They taught that elixirs, talismans, and astral operations would either succeed or fail depending on the exact phase of the moon. The full moon was seen as a magnifying glass, intensifying whatever was present, be it love or madness. But why? Why was this glowing orb considered so powerful? Because it was believed to be a reflector not only of sunlight, but of human consciousness itself. The moon did not generate energy, they said, it echoed it. It pulled forth what was hidden beneath the surface, exposing the shadows and illuminating the dormant powers within. And so, to the ancients, the full moon was not just a phase in the sky. It was a ritual mirror, a psychic amplifier, and a spiritual test. In the next section, we'll begin to decode how the moon's light interacts with your energy field and why the ancients viewed it as both a gift and a challenge. How the full moon interacts with your energy field. Imagine your energy field, your aura, as a subtle sphere of light surrounding your body. It is sensitive, dynamic, and ever-changing, much like water. Now consider this. If the moon can influence vast oceans across the planet, could it not also affect the inner tides of your being? According to esoteric teachings, the full moon exerts its greatest influence on the emotional and etheric layers of the human aura, the very layers that govern feelings, subconscious drives, memories, and energetic flow. These layers are composed not of matter, but of vibrational frequencies. And like the tides, they are pulled and stirred by the gravitational and energetic pressure of the moon's fullness. But the moon doesn't act as a force of change in itself. Instead, it acts as an amplifier, a cosmic mirror that reflects back to you the energy you are already carrying. This is why emotions intensify around the full moon, especially those that have been repressed or unacknowledged. It's not that the moon causes anxiety or anger or grief, it's that it draws it upward, like mist rising from a still lake when the light breaks through. Many mystery schools taught that during the full moon, the veil between conscious and unconscious becomes thinner. Dreams become more vivid. Old wounds resurface. Spiritual insight flashes unexpectedly. And the shadow self, the part of us we hide from others and even from ourselves, becomes more visible. This is not meant to punish or destabilize. It's meant to reveal. The moon's light is gentle but relentless. It illuminates what was hidden. And in doing so, it offers an opportunity for purification, healing, and alignment, if we are willing to witness what arises without running from it. But herein lies the danger and the beauty. If your energy field is unguarded, scattered, or overly emotional during the full moon, that amplified frequency can attract lower vibrational energies, thought forms, psychic residue, or even astral interference. The ancients knew this well. That is why they prepared. They fasted, meditated, bathed in sacred waters, and aligned themselves through ritual. They knew that under the light of the full moon, one could either awaken or unravel. In the next section, we will go deeper into the more nuanced and lesser-known effects of the full moon on your energetic anatomy. Effects that modern science has overlooked but ancient mystics knew intimately. Lesser-known energetic effects of the full moon. To understand the deeper workings of the full moon's effect on your energy, we must turn to the ancient idea that your aura is a magnetic field, an energetic envelope shaped not only by your thoughts and emotions, but also by celestial rhythms. The moon, in her full radiance, interacts with this field like a tuning fork to a stringed instrument. Esoteric alchemy teaches that the human being is made of three bodies: the gross body, physical; the subtle body, energetic and emotional; the causal body, spiritual essence or blueprint. The full moon exerts its strongest pull on the subtle body, where unresolved emotions, ancestral memories, and karmic patterns reside. It stirs these layers like wind over the surface of water, creating ripples that either clarify or distort. One lesser-known phenomenon is the energetic echo, a kind of vibrational feedback that occurs when strong feelings or thoughts are reflected back at an intensified level. This is why an argument during a full moon may feel larger than life, or why a deep meditation may open realms of perception otherwise unreachable. In this heightened state, spiritual practices become amplified, but so too do unconscious habits. The moon magnifies the direction of your intention, whether upward toward insight or downward into chaos. Another mysterious effect described in Hermetic and Gnostic texts is what they called lunar imprinting. During the full moon, your energetic body is more porous, more absorbent. This means that what you expose yourself to, people, thoughts, images, environments, imprints more deeply onto your psyche. This is why mystics emphasized sacred space during full moons. They avoided crowds, negative conversation, and mundane distractions. Instead, they chanted, prayed, fasted, and observed silence, seeking alignment with higher lunar frequencies. In Eastern esotericism, this process was known as Chandra sadhana, the yogic work of lunar cultivation. It was believed that one could harmonize with the moon's psychic currents and unlock deeper layers of intuition, memory, and past life awareness. In contrast, if one was emotionally unstable or surrounded by chaos, those same lunar energies could lead to confusion, illusion, or psychic vulnerability. This duality of the moon, as nurturer and trickster, guide and mirror, is echoed across traditions. In both astrology and magic, the full moon is a double-edged sword, a time of great potential, but also great risk. In the next section, we'll explore how to work with the full moon consciously, using practices that align your field with its higher frequencies, so that the light reveals, empowers, and heals. Working with the full moon for energetic alignment. The full moon is not merely a passive phenomenon. It is a living event, an opportunity to engage directly with the subtle forces of the cosmos. To ignore its influence is to miss one of the most powerful spiritual tools hidden in plain sight. Here are practical techniques drawn from mystical traditions to help you consciously align your energy field during the full moon. 1. Lunar purification ritual, evening of the full moon. Water has long been associated with the moon, and ritual bathing is a timeless practice. On the night of the full moon, take a saltwater bath, preferably infused with herbs like sage, lavender, or mugwort. As you soak, visualize all chaotic or stagnant energies being drawn out of your aura and dissolved into the water. Whisper the ancient intention. As the moon shines, I cleanse my field. What no longer serves me, I now yield. After bathing, step outside, barefoot if possible, and stand in the moonlight. Breathe slowly. Let the light touch your skin and feel it nourishing your subtle body. 2. Moon gazing meditation. Sit in silence and gaze gently at the moon, not with the eyes of a scientist, but with the heart of a mystic. Breathe rhythmically and visualize a silver beam of lunar energy entering your crown and flowing through your chakras, realigning your system. This simple meditation balances the Ida Nadi, feminine lunar channel, and enhances intuition. 3. Write and release. Because the moon amplifies unresolved emotions, this is the perfect time to bring them to the surface. Take a journal and write down any recurring thoughts, limiting beliefs, or emotional loops you're ready to release. Be honest, raw, and unfiltered. Then, under the moonlight, burn the paper safely, symbolically transmuting the energy. This process, known in magical circles as lunar release, helps clear psychic debris from your aura. 4. Charge your spiritual tools. Place your crystals, talismans, or sacred objects outside or on a windowsill, where they can absorb lunar light. The full moon is considered the most potent time for energetic cleansing and recharging. Likewise, sit with your chosen tools and imbue them with intentions for the next lunar cycle. 5. Emotional grounding practice. Because the moon magnifies what is already within, grounding is essential. Eat grounding foods, like root vegetables. Spend time in stillness and avoid excessive stimulation, especially screens and social media. If you feel overwhelmed, practice alternate nostril breathing, Nadi Shodhana, to balance your nervous system and stabilize your energy. Bonus tip: keep a lunar journal. Track how each full moon affects you emotionally, physically, and spiritually. Over time, you'll notice patterns unique to your constitution and karmic makeup. This self-awareness is the cornerstone of lunar mastery. By honoring the full moon through intentional practice, you transform it from a source of chaos into a catalyst for spiritual clarity. Each full moon becomes a mirror, not of confusion, but of consciousness. It reflects what you are and offers you the power to become more. In the final section, we'll summarize the key teachings and leave you with a reflection to carry into your next lunar encounter. Reflecting light back to the source. The full moon has always been more than a beautiful light in the night sky. To the ancient mystics, it was a sacred mirror, a reflector of truth, a revealer of hidden emotions, and a cosmic tide puller that stirred both the oceans and the soul. You've now seen how the moon's light does more than shine, it activates. It awakens slumbering energies. It amplifies what is already within you, and it holds the power to either illuminate your path or expose the chaos you've yet to face. We explored how the full moon touches the subtle body, pulling up the contents of the unconscious, revealing the shadow, and opening the gateway to deep spiritual perception. We also saw how this time can attract unseen forces or energies if one is not grounded and prepared. But through intentional ritual, through purification, reflection, and lunar alignment, you can transform this period into a time of spiritual empowerment. You are not simply a passive receiver of lunar forces. You are a conscious being with the power to harmonize with the cosmos, to tune your own field to the rhythm of the stars. So the next time you find yourself bathed in the silver light of the full moon, do not look away. Stand still. Listen deeply. Feel what stirs within you, not with fear, but with reverence. Because in that moment, you are not just witnessing a phase of the sky. You are participating in a sacred rhythm older than memory and more powerful than any spoken word. Let the moon become your teacher, your mirror, your spiritual compass. And as always, if this message resonated with you, let it echo outward. Share it, reflect on it, and carry it into the world with silent strength. Until next time, walk gently beneath the stars.